Right, let's get one thing straight. Electric cars? Brilliant. Silent, punchy, and kinder to the polar bears. But there's always been that one niggle, hasn't there? Charging. The time it takes. We've all been there, drumming our fingers on the steering wheel, watching the percentage creep up slower than a Monday morning. It's the Achilles heel, the bit that makes die-hard petrol heads smirk. Waiting around for your battery to fill up is frankly a bit of a drag. But hold on to your hats, folks, because the game might just have changed dramatically. Imagine this, pulling into a charging station, plugging in, and in the time it takes to grab a dodgy service station coffee and a stale pastry, you're good for hundreds more miles. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, the boffins over at BYD, that's Build Your Dreams if you're wondering, reckon they've cracked it. They're talking about a 5-minute charge. Yes, you heard me. 5 minutes. This isn't just an improvement, it's a revolution. When I first heard the whispers, I'll admit, I was skeptical. 5 minutes? Pull the other one, it's got bells on. But the reports kept coming, the specs started to leak, and suddenly it wasn't just marketing fluff, this is serious engineering, a proper leap forward. Think about it, 5 minutes, that's quicker than filling up some big thirsty V8s, I know. If BYD has genuinely pulled this off, it blows a massive raspberry at one of the biggest complaints leveled against electric motoring. So buckle up because we're about to dive into what BYD is cooking up. So, what's the sorcery behind this 5-minute miracle? How on earth are BYD planning to cram that much electricity into a battery pack so quickly? Well, it's not actual magic, more like some incredibly clever science and engineering. We're talking about ultra-high power charging, the kind that makes your home socket look like a dripping tap. Think of it like trying to fill a swimming pool. You could use a garden hose and it'll take ages. Or you could open up a fire hydrant. BYD is essentially aiming for the fire hydrant approach, but for car batteries. This means a massive surge of direct current, or DC power. The core of this new system, as reported by industry insiders and tech journals like Electrify Today, revolves around a new generation of charging architecture. They're talking about charging rates that could peak at an absolutely bonkers 600 kilowatts, or even higher in some controlled tests. To put that into perspective, many fast chargers today are around 150 kilowatts to 250 kilowatts. Tesla's latest V4 Superchargers are pushing towards 350 kilowatts and beyond. BYD is aiming to nearly double that. It's like going from a fast Ford to a Bugatti in terms of power delivery. Alright, let's talk about BYD's not-so-secret weapon, the Blade battery. This isn't just another lithium-ion pack. BYD has been shouting from the rooftops about its safety and efficiency for a while now, and it seems it's also key to this ultra-fast charging. The Blade name comes from its design: long, thin cells arranged in an array. This structure, according to BYD's own white papers, offers better space utilization and, crucially, superior thermal stability. When you're pumping in electricity at the rate we're discussing, keeping things cool is absolutely paramount. The Blade battery uses lithium iron phosphate, LFP chemistry. Now, LFP batteries are known for being incredibly robust and safe. They're less prone to thermal runaway. That's the scary chain reaction that can lead to fires compared to some other lithium-ion chemistries like NMC, nickel, manganese, cobalt. This inherent stability is a massive advantage when you're trying to achieve 5-minute charging. It means the battery can handle the stress of rapid energy intake without throwing a tantrum. Now, you can't talk about EV charging without mentioning the current top dog, or at least the most well-known Tesla and its Supercharger network. For years, Tesla has set the benchmark. Their network is extensive, reliable, and the chargers themselves are pretty quick. The latest V4 Superchargers are no slouches, capable of delivering power at over 250 kilowatts, with some sources like Inside EVs suggesting future capabilities closer to 350 kilowatts. This means a Tesla can typically add around 200 miles of range in about 15 to 20 minutes. Impressive, no doubt. But then BYD waltzes in, talking about 5 minutes. If their claims hold true and they can deliver a similar 200 to 300 kilometers, that's roughly 125 to 185 miles, in that time frame, it's a different league altogether. We're talking about potentially halving, or even more than halving, the charging time compared to Tesla's latest and greatest. That's not just an incremental improvement, that's a knockout blow in terms of sheer speed. While Tesla has the advantage of a vast, established global network, BYD is attacking the core experience of charging itself, the waiting time. It's a bold move. This kind of competition is fantastic, of course. Section 5. Why this matters more than just speed. This 5-minute charging capability from BYD, if it becomes widespread, is more than just a neat party trick or a way to win a pub argument about whose car is better. It's a genuine game changer for the entire electric vehicle industry. Think about the biggest hurdle for many people considering an EV charging time and range anxiety. That fear of being stranded, or of spending half your holiday tethered to a charging post. This technology directly tackles that fear head-on, making EV ownership dramatically more convenient and practical for a much wider audience. Imagine a world where charging your electric car is as quick or even quicker than filling up with petrol or diesel. That's the promise here. The psychological barrier is immense. Many drivers are used to a 5-minute fuel stop. If EVs can match that, one of the last major advantages of internal combustion engine cars simply vanishes into thin air. This makes long-distance EV travel not just feasible, but genuinely effortless. It's revolutionary. Section 6. The pit stop problem, real-world hurdles. Now before we all rush out and place our BYD orders, let's pump the brakes a little. Announcing 5-minute charging is one thing. Making it a widespread, everyday reality is quite another. There are some significant hurdles to overcome, big challenges that need addressing before this becomes the norm. The first, and perhaps most obvious, is the sheer strain this kind of power puts on the electricity grid. We're not talking about plugging in a kettle here. A bank of chargers, each capable of delivering 600 kilowatts or more, draws an astronomical amount of power. Think about your average petrol station. Now imagine every pump is an ultra-fast EV charger. The local electricity substation would probably have a meltdown. Significant infrastructure upgrades will be needed to support these power demands, especially in areas with older grids. This means new substations, thicker cables, and a whole lot of planning and investment. Section 7, Gridlock or Green Light. Infrastructure demands. Let's dig a bit deeper into this electricity grid issue because it's a monster. A single 600 kilowatt charger, which BYD is touting for its 5-minute fill-up, draws as much power as hundreds of homes simultaneously. Now imagine a service station with, say, 10 of these bays. That's 6 megawatts of power. That's small power station territory. Many existing grid connections, especially in rural areas or older urban centers, simply aren't equipped to handle that kind of instantaneous demand. It's like trying to drink a milkshake through a coffee stirrer. It just won't work efficiently. To make this vision a reality, we're talking about a colossal investment in grid modernization. This isn't just about adding a few more wires, it's about upgrading transformers, building new high-capacity substations, and potentially even reinforcing the high-voltage transmission lines that feed these areas. This work takes time, money, and a whole lot of planning permission. Section 8. BYD's Grand Plan Charging Towards Dominance. So, what's BYD's angle in all this? Why push so hard for 5-minute charging? Well, it's not just about making life easier for EV drivers, though that's a fantastic side effect. This is a strategic masterstroke, a bold move to catapult BYD to the forefront of the global EV market. Having the world's fastest charging technology is a massive differentiator. In a crowded marketplace where new EV models are popping up like mushrooms, having such a clear, tangible advantage is marketing gold. It screams innovation, and it directly addresses a key consumer pain point. BYD has been on an aggressive expansion path, moving from being a battery manufacturer to a dominant force in electric vehicles, not just in China, but increasingly on the world stage. This 5-minute charging technology is a powerful weapon in their arsenal as they take on established players like Tesla, Volkswagen, and Hyundai. It allows them to position their vehicles as technologically superior, offering a level of convenience that competitors currently can't match. Think of the advertising. Why wait 20 minutes when you can charge in 5? It's a compelling message. Section 9, the checkered flag, reshaping the EV race. So, there you have it. BYD's 5-minute EV charging. It's not just a headline, it's a potential earthquake for the automotive world. If they can deliver on this promise and make it accessible and reliable, it fundamentally alters the electric vehicle proposition. The days of long, tedious charging stops could be numbered, replaced by a quick splash and dash that's genuinely comparable to filling up with petrol. This is the kind of innovation that silences the skeptics and makes even the most ardent petrolheads sit up and take notice. It's a massive leap forward. This development doesn't just put pressure on BYD to deliver, it throws down the gauntlet to every other car manufacturer out there, especially Tesla. For years, Tesla has led the charge quite literally with its Supercharger network. Now, they have a serious challenger snapping at their heels, threatening to redefine what fast charging truly means. This is brilliant news for us, the consumers. Competition breeds innovation, and we're likely to see an acceleration in charging technology development across the board as others try to catch up or find their own unique advantages.